Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here. Today we're going back to Kino Lorber's reissues and remasters on 4K of older Stanley Kubrick films. We just got Killer's Kiss and The Killing, and now we're getting the film that came after that in Stanley Kubrick's filmography on 4K at long last, Paths of Glory. Great classic anti-war film starring the always entertaining Kirk Douglas, and with a great cast that includes the likes of Adolphe Menjou, Joe Turkel, and Timothy Carey. I'm going to unbox this release and share some of my opinions, and I'll let you know if I recommend this release or not. Great cover art there. Here's the spine, other spine. Back cover has a description of the film, list of features, legalese, and so forth. There's reversible art on the sleeve. I already went ahead and reversed it, so you have this artwork on the inside there. Pretty much the same back cover as we had on the outer slipcover. Here's the inside with our 4K disc. Disappointingly, no Blu-ray disc included with this one. That was the case with those other Kubrick reissues as well. Paths of Glory is set during World War I in France. Following an ill-fated attack against an enemy landmark, 3 soldiers are selected at random and put on trial for cowardice to serve as an example for their fellow soldiers. Colonel Dax, portrayed by Kirk Douglas, was a lawyer in his life prior to World War I, so he agrees to defend the unfortunate 3, trying to prevent them from death by firing squad, given a hypocritical trial in which the commanding officers and plenty of other men seem to be uninterested in the fates of these men who really may not be the cowards that they're made out to be. Will Colonel Dax manage to stop the firing squad, or will the hypocrisy of all the commanding officers and leaders truly be revealed? Paths of Glory is a hard-hitting anti-war film that really shows off the hypocrisy of military leaders and commanding officers, the ridiculous extent to which to set an example for fellow soldiers, and of course, no regard for the lives of the men in question, who really may have been much braver than they're made out to be by these trials. Stanley Kubrick had made 3 films prior to this, but at this point had been noticed by Kirk Douglas, and they worked together for the first time to make this film. They, of course, would work together on one additional film, Spartacus, but during that time, the relationship between the 2 men would sour, and they would never work together again. This is a hard-hitting, well-cast, beautifully shot film, and it really captures not only the horrors of war and the trenches of World War I, but also the trials of these men, figuratively and literally speaking, and what they have to go through when they're selected at random and may face the death penalty. I love the cinema of Stanley Kubrick. I wouldn't say I love every single film he's ever made, but of all those movies that he has made, I would almost definitely put this in my top 3 or 4. And that's no small task, given that this is the man who's given us movies like The Shining, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket, Doctor Strangelove. The list goes on. He's certainly one of my favorite filmmakers. And it is a shame we lost him at a fairly young age. I think he was only in his early 70s when he died. We probably could have gotten another good film or 2 out of him if he'd lived longer. Paths of Glory, once again, one of my absolute favorites. Not just one of my favorite Kubrick films, but one of my favorite films of all time, period. Kino Lorber has really been knocking it out of the park with the 4K picture quality on these reissues. I'm happy to say Paths of Glory is no exception, and it may even be the best looking of the 3. The deep, dark black levels, particularly in the scenes at night in the trenches of World War I, really benefit from HDR and Dolby Vision. And then you even have, more well-lit, elaborate shot scenes. I mean, from the deep, dank trenches to a lavish military upper-class party. A little bit of everything is filmed in this movie, and it all translates really well with this transfer. I'm glad to see that these are in the capable hands of people at Kino Lorber, and if they can keep doing this good a job remastering old films, I will gladly buy their products as long as I'm a film fan, and that's probably going to be until the day I die. Unfortunately, the disc does lack in the special features department. Much like the earlier discs, the old Criterion Collection extras are not ported over. Only bonus feature you get on here is the commentary, which is actually a pretty interesting listen, and then, of course, trailers for those other early Stanley Kubrick films. This is a great disc overall. keep your Criterion Collection disc for the bonus features, but if you want to experience this movie the best it's ever looked, you absolutely cannot go wrong with this 4K release. Are you a fan of Paths of Glory, and have you picked up this 4K release from Kino yet? Comment down below, I'll know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content, because I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.